Hi, I'm Sean Calloway, and I'm the Director of New Products here at AnzoUSA. Today we're going to be installing our new lights on an 09 and up Dodge Ram. So let's take a closer look and see what comes in the package and how they look. Okay, so taking a closer look at these come in black and chrome. Black ones are here. We have the low beam projector, we have the high beam, we have the amber safety reflector over here, and then we have the dual color that goes from white to amber on the bottom for running lights and turn signals. Okay, so let's take a look at the back side. We have our adjuster right here. This will adjust the beams up and down. We have our bulb cover, which covers, you pull this off and you'll get access to the low beam and the high beam bulb. We have our upper mounting point where the slide that locks in the back of the light goes. This is our body mount. And then we have a single connector down here. Now a lot of you are probably like, oh, that's for 13 and ups. That is correct. But we also provide this harness, and this is what makes this light really nice and universal. Is this harness right here comes in, we have the connector that plugs into the back of the light. And then we also have the low beam and the turn signal connector here that'll go into your stock wiring, as well as a resistor to correct the rate of flash for the LEDs. Okay, so now that we've seen what comes in the box and how the lights look, let's go ahead and get started on the installation. Okay, so now we're ready to start taking some parts off the vehicle. And in order to do that, we're gonna start by lifting open the hood and identifying the parts that we need to remove. So for this particular Ram, we need to remove this top shroud piece, as well as the grille, in order to get the lights out. It's very simple. There's only 6 tabs up here that we need to remove to pull this shroud off. And then there'll be some bolts that we need to unbolt from the top of the grille in order to pull this off. Okay, so to remove this top radiator cover, the best tool is going to be a fork or panel popper removal tool. For this particular one, the way I like to take them off instead of trying to pull them out through the top, because they can be kind of difficult, is to lift this up a little bit and take your tool and slide it underneath. What that's going to allow this to do is this is going to stay into this so you don't lose them. So you just like that. Once you've released all 6 of them, you just pick this up, the clips will stay intact, and set this off to the side. Okay, so now we've got the core support cover removed from the vehicle. And when you look at the top of the grill here, you'll see 4 10mm bolts going across the top. These are the ones that we need to remove in order to pull the grill off. So I'm using a T-bar today, but it's just a 10mm socket with an extension. Okay, so we've pulled out the 4 bolts across the top, and now to remove the grill, you'll have to give it a good pull out. There's some safety clips in here. There's like one here, across the center, and on the other side, and that holds this lower portion of the grill in. So all you have to do is grab right here, and the other hand up here at the top, and just give it a good couple wiggles and pull out, just like that. And then you'll release the other side, just like that. Now the grill's off the vehicle and we can set it to the side. Okay, so we've got the grill removed from the vehicle, and now we need to identify the parts to remove on the headlight in order to get it out. So we have a 10mm bolt here, a 10mm bolt here, and on the back side of the light, there's an access panel in the fender well. There's a tab that you have to pull down, and once we have the light out, we can show you, because your arm fits into the access hole almost perfectly. You have to feel around for it and drop it down in order to actually pull the light off. Okay, so we've removed the front 2 bolts from the front of the headlight, and now our fork tool, we can open up the access panel back here to access the slide clip that locks the back of the headlight into the vehicle. Okay, so now we're ready to remove the headlight that we've got the slide unhooked. Both these bolts are out. So what you want to do is just kind of grab and rock it back and forth so it can release from the body pin. You want to apply some outward pressure, it'll release. And then we can go ahead and slide up our tabs and remove our connectors. Okay, so to remove the harness, all we have to do is on the tab is we slide this red piece up and depress the tab and pull outwards. Then we can pull this from here, pull this one away from here, and same thing. This tab is naturally in the down position, push it up, like that, push, and release. Just like that. Now we can set this off to the side. Okay, so we're ready to put in our new headlight, and what I've done first is I've installed our adapter harness for this model of truck. So all we got to do is make 2 connections and install the light. Okay, so we do have the low beam label harness, and this is the connector that has the large gray tab, or the inside connector. So you'll just push this in, it'll snap. Same thing with the parking light right here. Push that in, secure it, and now we can tuck these back. Okay, so now we've got our connections made in the back, and all we have to do is line the body pin up with the vehicle, and it'll pop right in. You can feel it pop, and now we can put in the bolts, lock the backslide, put the grille back on and the cover, and adjust the lights. Okay, so we've got the headlights installed, the grille back in. Now all we have to do is adjust the low beam, and for that we'll use a Phillips screwdriver. It'll use the frontmost hole that has an arrow on it up here on the fender. There are 2. This particular light uses the front one. So you just take your Phillips and you slide it in, and once you hit the adjuster, you'll be able to turn it left and right to adjust them up and down so you're not blinding oncoming traffic. Let's take a look at what they look like and all the functions, and enjoy.